What's up? Patrick LaRouche here from Evolve Restorative Therapy. You can find me at livepainfreeprocess.com. I help people get out of pain relatively quickly, all because of the Live Pain Free process. And what it does, it gives you a step-by-step guide on how to get out of pain using foam rolling, trigger point stretching, also known as a Core 3 in my world. It also balances out your mental state, as well as gives you a nice, peaceful, balanced emotional state, which easily can optimize athletic performance, but it's designed to help you live and move pain-free. All right, folks, we're going to do a two-part video this time around, and we're going to be talking about the difference about getting out of pain as well as staying out of pain. They're two completely different worlds, and I'm going to take it from a macro view into the micro view. The microscopic aspect is where all of us stays, massage therapists, PTs, personal trainers, all sorts of different doctors. They look at the microscopic aspect. But I want to get you guys to blow up, right? I want you guys to look at this in a big, big way. So to get out of pain, there's three major things. To stay out of pain, there's three major things. It's the rule of three. That's how our brain works. It's just relatively easy to remember aspects of three. So, what is the three things that we need to stay out of pain? Number one, we need to get you to make a very substantial variable change. Our body is a variable all in its all. It changes all the time. It needs you to make a substantial variable change. So if you go to a personal trainer, they're going to work out a specific muscle group or a specific muscle chain. That chain is going to show the body that it has more muscle fibers and more compensation patterns, which is going to shift the body into doing something different, right? That is a substantial variable change, and there's many of them. You can do it through your circulatory system by changing your diet. You can change your mindset. You can change the way that you move, your kinetic movement chain. There's so many variable changes that you can make, but you need one of those. That's like a staple that you need to do. Number two, you need to understand that you have to consistently get things moving and staying moving. So let's go back to that variable change of a muscle chain working. In the muscular world, your body has this posterior line, anterior line in the fascial world. You need to get a muscle fibers to start working inside of one aspect of the chain. But you have to get the whole thing moving. So you have to work with your calf. Now the calf has to link up with the rest of the chain. Once that starts working, brings us to number three, you have to get the whole chain working together and can hold that pattern for a longer, substantial time. So that's the world of muscle tissue, right? You get a variable change. Get your calf tissue to work because you have a back pain or an ankle pain, so on and so forth. You get the calf to start being able to move. You now create a variable change like that. There's more slack in that posterior chain, which now alleviates some of the back tension that's happening there. So now you have to get that to start learning how to move. Get that whole chain to start learning how to move. So that's when you do the downward dogs. That's when you do a lot of the movement stuff, a lot of the dynamic stuff that you're capable of doing. Those things will start getting things to move. Then you have to condition that chain to work for a long period of time, where that time might take a little bit. And then the pain goes away, right? Dietary change. You start drinking more water. More water starts to link up with the whole hydration system, let's call it, as well as it starts to fuel your circulatory system. That circulatory system will naturally start to heal and bring more fluid to the areas that need help, which then can relax and open and close and do the things that it needs to do, and it starts to communicate. You see that? You change your mindset about something. It's like, all right, I have this problem, and I normally, react horribly to it. But let me just sit back and think. Variable change. All right, so now I'm going to do it this way. There goes your movement. And now you just watch how that changes, and that's how you communicate with the person. That's how you communicate with the issue. That is the three things that you need to stop to get out of pain. Just random three things that's at a macro view of what your body needs to heal, mentally, physically, and emotionally. That's just what you need. Next week, we're going to talk about the three things to stay out of pain, which is completely different. There's three major things on that end to stay out of pain, but they're still on the macro view. We have a tendency to just start looking, all right, I just need a foam roll. I just need a foam roll a little bit more. I need a trigger point a little bit more. Like the core 3 is just a tool that's going to help you learn. It's just like the concept of a corrective exercise. You shouldn't do corrective exercises all the time because it's supposed to correct an issue. And then as you live your life, that's when the issue starts to sustain itself. And that's the vitality aspect of our body. But that's a whole nother story, and we'll talk about it next week. So if you guys need any other questions, hand them in. If you haven't looked yet, go get the PDF for 40 different ways of eliminating pain. They're actually quite fun, pretty cute. And if you need more help, go to the Pain Relief Zone. Until next time, later.